I got to that point where I needed to be decisive about my life. I needed to take the bull by the horn. I needed to challenge the fears in me. I didn't want to wake up. One morning, I realized that I had lived a life of wishes. I didn't want that to be my reality. I was frustrated. Nobody seemed to understand me. And I was at a point where I didn't even understand why I was still existing. You know, I preach these things. I talk to people about papers. I talk to people about how to discover themselves. But I need to start applying the lessons myself. So I didn't want that. Welcome to my channel and thanks for stopping by. This video is not in any way to talk down on the teaching profession. I had taught, I have been a teacher and I'm still teaching, although I'm not doing the traditional teaching, that is teaching in the classroom now. But you can teach in the church, you can teach online, there are lots of things you can do. They are still teaching, even to your children, you're teaching them. But then, it is not to talk down on the teachers, it's actually it's just to share my experience on what I experienced and what I think most teachers go through, even though nobody wants to talk about it. Yes, a lot of us go through things that keep us in one spot. We keep believing that ends will meet. We keep believing that it will be well. We keep believing that, oh, they will add up salaries for us this year, this session. We keep believing that the children that we've taught will one day come up to appreciate us. We keep believing that, oh, okay, when I go to more schools, I add my master's and PhD, I will have a better salary. But all those promises may never come to pass if you don't take your life in your hands and work towards it. So it is not in any way, it's a noble profession. I've been there all my life. I've been a teacher, but I choose to do it in a different way. I kept procrastinating for years. I had wanted all things being equal. I had wanted the ends to meet. I had wanted a lot of things to come to place, but they never did. So I realized that if I wait for things to be in the right places, I'll be stuck here forever. So I had to resign. I just had to do it. One of the reasons why I had to resign, in short, there were several reasons why I had to throw in the towel. I love teaching, and I always thought that teaching must be somewhere you must go to schools and teach. That was what was in my mind for long, which limited me, which was the kind of myopic thinking. I thought that if you actually have a teaching grace, you would have to be in a school to teach. I didn't want to wake up to realize that I am 60 and had lived a life of wishes. I didn't want to I already have regrets in life, but I didn't want to have more regrets. So I decided to take a bow. I decided to move on with my life. Besides, having the grace of teaching does not mean I must be stuck to teach in a school. I didn't realize that early in life, that I can actually teach online. I can teach by organizing lessons and do digital teachings of other different things. It mustn't be in a secondary school. That was the mindset that kept me there for long. And aside that, there were lots of things that were coming up recently that got me, that made me so uneasy. I've paid my dues and I need to move on. Yes, I won't be there forever. I wanted to be my own boss. I wanted to be by myself. I wanted to sit down and think of something else to do for myself. Poor remuneration, poor salary, and especially being a teacher, you won't break even. You won't even want to live the kind of life you want to live. In short, to buy any excess, you have to so calculate and recalculate and calculate. And if you do any careless spending, you are done for the month. You are doomed for the month. It's such a poor job, especially in Nigeria. Now, I thought about that and I'm like, this is not what I want for myself. This is not what I want for myself at all. So I needed to move. Teachers are known to be the poorest. So finding myself in that profession, and sincerely, I tried all I could and all of that. I realized that salary is a no-no. Salary is a no-no. You won't break even financially with salary. Couldn't pay bills. There were little bills here and there that I cannot pay. I had to still depend from other sources to be able to meet up with that bill, and that is not, it was just so bad. That's why I had to leave. You call it 9 to 5, I call it 5 to 5. I wake up as early as 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock to prepare for work, and then hit the road around 6 something, let's say 6:40 or 6:50, to get to work before 7:30. And work resumes by 8 to close by 4. If not that, at some point the state government had to take it to 3. And then that was it. Your whole day is gone. Your whole day is gone. So it's not 9 to 5, it's 5 to 5. By the time you're getting home, it's like what's it called? It's already late. You can't even do any other thing for yourself except to do 1 or 2 things and then go to bed. You can't even move around. It was such a tight, I don't even know how to describe it. And then the monies are not even coming. At least if there's something to look forward to, you're not getting those things. So it wasn't funny. And I know a lot of people experience the same thing too. At this point, as if hell was let loose. You breathe this way, your attention is called. You're just as if you're just being marked and wish hunt for something. So I didn't want to be sacked, because there is a way things will be going on, the way everything seems to be turning against you. You just know this and that. If you don't take a bow, they will force you to bow. That's force you to be sacked or force you out of the system. So I didn't want that to happen to me. Before now, I had been sacked. Everywhere I walked, I didn't honorably leave. I didn't do anything. It's not like it was any fault of mine. I was just asked to resign. I was just served my termination letter 2 months, 3 months into the job. And I've been wondering, what did I do? One of the things I did was that I was running a program that period, and when I informed them of the program, I was running a program that period, and I think the schools where I was sacked, about 4 or 5 schools, once I tell them I'm running a program, they were like, you're not going to use my time for your school. And that is how I'll be served termination letter. And I told God, I said, I don't want to be served that letter again. I don't want to be asked to leave. I want to leave by myself. And that was what happened. I left by myself. Yes, because the way things were beginning to turn out, the directors were always calling me, every little thing you did. It's not like I'm deliberately trying to break rules. I go to class, I teach, I come to school early most of the times. 1 or 2 times I'll be late, and oh my gosh, the way your problem will be so magnified, or your little excess will be magnified, you know that, man, if you don't take a walk, you'll be walked out of this place. So I needed nobody to tell me to get prepared and take my leave. I needed to walk out because I was already frustrated. The system was frustrating to me. The people in the system were indirectly putting things on me that were frustrating me. My head of departments, maybe consciously or unconsciously, the directors, but it is not their fault. I knew it was time for me to go, because if you don't take opportunities of signs and signals, the truth is that you will remain there. I got to a point that nothing motivated me at all. Nothing motivates me at all. I got so pissed off. I got so dissatisfied. I was so frustrated. I needed to take my leave before I'm being asked to leave. I just had to do that, because when everything seems to be working against you and you know it, the next thing that will happen is that you might be asked to walk out. And I didn't want that to happen again. Now, looking back, I realized that God actually was wanting something bigger for me, or maybe I didn't realize it. But it's okay, it's fine. I don't want to do it in the traditional way. I'm grateful for platforms and schools that are served in the long all those years, but that's not the focus of today. I am talking about myself and what made me to take the decision to move on from that profession. Looking back, I have no regrets. I have no regrets whatsoever. It's a noble profession. I've been there all my life. I've been a teacher, but I choose to do it in a different way.